Well, there's a hockey game going on here at the Progressive Auto Sales Arena.
Yeah.
Ho ho!
I came to see a dust up, and we got one.
Yeah, and the shots on goal still pretty close to what they were in the first period. 21 to 18, 3-1 still. With there's a lot we can talk about here. Let's start.
Oh my goodness! Yeah.
Let's start with. There's a lot of missed opportunities out there on both teams, but there's a lot of aggression going on out there, and
100%.
one in particular between two players that I've noticed is Hugo Lavinius, and I hope I say Lockhead, number 4.
Yes.
And I've seen him come out, and he's talking to him, and he's like, you're right, and you're just like, here we go. Hugo's not having any part of it, though.
No, he's not. And good for him.
Yeah, I was going to say, and good for him for not, right?
And London is. I mean, they're down, right? So they're
angry.
They're not happy because they should be beating us.
Right.
But and they're playing very, very inside our jerseys. There's a lot of rough play going on and stuff. And you know what? I can only imagine how hard it is to be a Sting player right now and having to suck that up and not retaliate.
Well, we did once.
Start flying,
we
right?
did see, was it Mitch Elliott?
Well, yeah, but they had a late hit on Langevin. I mean, London does have a bit of a history of running at our goalies a little bit, and we can't allow. Our players don't allow that to happen. So if you're gonna make a run at the goalie, you're gonna have to expect a little retaliation.
Well, that's true. Fair game, right? And but neither one of these teams have let off the gas pedal at all.
Not at all.
They're both digging in really, really hard. They say we do see the aggressiveness coming from the London Knights for obvious reasons.
And this thing are giving it right back to them. So I mean,
well, they're poking, but they're holding on.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to give up this lead.
No.
If we can't get ahead, at least let's hold on to what we got.
And you know what I mean? We're still making it first to the puck. We're still playing a lot in their ends. And you know what? I think as much as it looks undisciplined out there right now, I think the Sting are part of their big advantage right now is they're playing some very disciplined hockey.
Yes.
They're playing against a very capable, very aggressive team, that are very hands-on when it comes to, being near the puck, and there's a lot of pushing and shoving and stick handling, all that kind of stuff. And the Sting, just to keep it together and keep the control on the puck is a really disciplined piece of work.
Yeah.
And I would say that's a key advantage for us right now.
It's definitely supported by both teams. Have their support here today is what I'm trying to say. You hear London up there a lot. You hear the oohs and the ahs from both ends of the net, which is fantastic.
So many goalposts, so many
a
great
lot of
opportunities.
goalposts here tonight, or this afternoon, I should say.
And a lot of great play. I mean, it's been really exciting. I mean, we talked about Jake Perreault as one of our number one. He's the number one rookie in the league right now, playing outstanding today. But let's talk about Jamison Reese.
Before you do, let's talk about playing hurt. Because Perreault took quite a shot out there. It looked like he took it right under the chin here. He got off real quick, and we didn't see any penalty for that. Moving forward, Jamison Reese. That's why I brought it up.
I'm just trying to,
Let me dab the blood up there.
Look at you, setting me up for somewhere
You fell for it. Was the funny part.
Totally did. Crazy.
I'll take you to Brownstones after.
There is a certain amount that is getting let go out there, and I think, and with these two teams, that could be a recipe for disaster in the third period.
We don't talk about the refs a lot because we couldn't do the job. I wouldn't want the job. You wouldn't want the job.
It's a terrible job.
However, the refs set the pace sometimes as to what they sort of send the message to what they'll allow out there. I think and the players read from that. The coaches read from that too, I think. And then now here we are to the third period when we've seen that pace set.
Yep.
And then sometimes they change it around and go, nope.
No. And you know what? The thing for me is this. It's real simple. You know what I mean? I don't care what they decide to call or not call. As long as it's balanced and the calls that they're making are the kind of calls that will stop players from getting hurt.
Well, that is part of being a referee. Is they're the safety police, right?
Well, and that should be really their primary concern.
Well, it should be a big part of it, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, let's make sure nobody's cheating, but let's make sure nobody's going to get hurt.
Yeah.
Should be their first priority. And there are some real aggressive moves going on out there that they're letting it go. That's not the right tone to set in a hockey game. I don't care.
All right, fair enough.
So I'm not happy from that perspective.
All right.
But anyway, Jamison Reese. Let's go back to that because frankly, this guy, wow. I just want to say wow.
No argument from anybody on that, I think.
So exciting to watch him pick up a puck and dance around 4 or 5 guys. You know, and as much as I might give him the gears a little bit for, you know, that little extra dance, you know, that coughs up the puck on occasion, watching him weave in and out of these guys is so exciting. Don't ever stop, man. Don't ever stop. It's awesome, and it's creating a lot of opportunities. I think that's one of the other things that's going on here is that, you know, he's been instrumental in almost everything so far. And, you know, because he just has that, you know, perseverance. You know, he never stops playing the puck.
Yeah.
And when he doesn't have it, he wants it. You can see that because he's after it. And I love that kind of play, that style of play, that really finesse kind of play. Occasionally he over-finesses, but I'm not going to dwell on that.
But overall,
he's certainly making.
You're happy with Jamison? You're okay?
100%.
Okay.
100%.
That's good. Let's take a look at the crowd out here. It's looking pretty awesome today.
Oh my gosh.
As we flip things around.
There is a seat in the house, and 50-50's over $8,000 already.
Have you bought a ticket? Brownstones is on Jay Peckham after the game.
Big ticket.
Brownstones.
Well, if I win, we're going Brownstones.
Let's give a shout out to Brownstones anyway, because a lot of the Sarnia Sting they hang out there and stuff, and it's I know it's a good spot for you to go to, right? I was there last night. That's where I caught the World Juniors game there. They got that, I don't know, 40,000 foot wide screen. They got a big TV going on there on the wall.
They got a big one.
They got a big one for sure. The Sting have got a big one right now with a lead of 3-1 over the London Knights. I think most would have. It's for these two teams. This score, it's actually still a very close game, even though we've got that insurance going right now.
We're going to have to play hard.
What do you think we're going to see? Let's talk about the London Knights. What do you think we're going to see differently coming into this third period? They're obviously having a conversation right now where they're going, okay, so what we've been doing is not working here. So what's the other side of the coin for the London Knights?
Well, I think the other side of the coin for the Knights is really to get back the control of the puck. Because the Sting have been dominant, and that'll be the key for the Sting is to maintain that control, to keep their discipline high and continue to keep the puck in the forward zone, in the Knights, and really keep those goal opportunities going.
Yeah.
We've had lots of good stuff, but the Knights are going to have to suppress a little bit of that emotional response, and they're going to have to get their heads in the game and be a little more disciplined if they're going to try and actually put us off the puck.
Well, and back to what you mentioned, I think that's correct, but back to what you mentioned earlier for the Sarnia Sting, they got to hold on to those emotions, right? Because they know that we can't afford to, the last minute of the game, if you're still 3-1, do whatever you want. But even then, really, things can, the pendulum
and we have
can go.
The UFC really for that. But
yeah, right. That was on last night too.
Sure was.
Wow, did you watch that?
I did not.
Wow, I don't get it.
Yeah?
I don't get it. I'll be the announcer every time. I've done that. I've done the MMA announcing,
Yeah.
but to be that guy, let's go in and beat the heck out of each other, and then we'll go to Brownstones after for a beer.
Dude, I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Don't get it at all. But anyway, Joe Rogan knows what he's doing apparently.
Sure does.
Right. 3-1 right now. We're also seeing coming up on Thursday, January the 3rd, the Sarnia Sting will take on the Sioux Greyhounds. That's going to be a test.
Yes, that will be a test.
Yeah, the Sioux lost to Saginaw the other day. I think it was 4-2. However, not to make excuses, but I will. I think you mentioned that the Sioux had like 4 players away, some really hot shots there. So when they come back here against the Sting, that's always a test.
It will be a test. The Sioux's always had a great team for a long time, and they've got a good staff there that keep that team going at a very, very high level. And so they're always going to be a challenge.
Yeah.
You know, we have the toughest division. You know, in the toughest.
Well, yeah, you
conference.
say that regularly, and you know, I
true.
talked to a few others, and I think most would agree with you on that one for sure.
Yeah, and you know, so we've got some great teams, but I think that's what builds great hockey, right?
Absolutely.
So,
Well, let's see what comes out now in the third period as the Stinger back out onto the arena. Jay
Predicting a
Peckham.
W.
Jay Peckham's gonna, predicting a W. Boy, no fooling you. And maybe Brownstones after the game.
maybe.
They're back out here now. Shots on goal, 21-18 in favor of the Sarnia Sting, 3-1 as I mentioned. And keep following us.
Yes.
Keep following us. You know what I'm trying to say. For the show live on location, I'm David Burrows with the Video Show Network. My friend Jay Peckham.
Go Sting, go!
Thanks for watching.